Hi. What's up, y'all? Shut it all off. Keep the lights on, my baby. Matter of fact, make it brighter. How we doing? It's 2:07. I'll give God all the glory. Safe. Safe like Kenny Lofton sliding from third to home base. Safe. No, I should say from second base to third and still in the base. Just giving y'all baseball analogies from a movie. But as I'm driving on the E-way, I'm thinking, I know what I want to talk about, but I'm thinking, how am I going to spark the conversation? How am I going to bring it up so the collective can understand, correlate, and relate to the message that I'm about to deliver. And I just want to say with the message, when you carry the light, when God specifically chose you, knew your purpose on how he was going to use you before you were in your mother's womb, he selected you. The Most High selected you out of many others. Shout out to bro, the wise one. Said it's 13% of us. 13% of good people in the world. The rest, I don't know, 86, 87% are just evil, wicked. And it makes sense because you really don't meet too much of your, when I say kind, I mean people that think like you, have a heart like you, are conscious, and just have, survive. You feel it. So as we, God's children, came back here, been here, however many times, we're old souls. We've experienced from our past reincarnations, past lifetimes. Not everybody's going to correlate with this based on the book, the basic instructions before leaving Earth. But those that do, they'll understand. They get it. We've mastered issues, situations, life lessons, challenges, whatever. But one thing, what I'm realizing that will never go away is the persecution, the jealousy, the envy, the hate. It won't go away. It's something that, it's a part of this game of life, to where we can't allow our emotions on how people, when we're in the presence, whether in a home, in a business, meaning your job, in the community, like in the streets, or once we leave our dwellings, our home, where, your house is like your temple, it is sacred. You don't allow everybody to enter, whether your temple or your home. right? You protect it. Once we step out, the world's out to get you, meaning you're going to feel the ethers, you're going to feel the vibe, you're going to feel the energies, you're going to sense, meaning we've been here before or a while during this lifetime. We know how people wear masks who aren't who they are or who they portray themselves to be. So they sense us as competition when really we're not competition. We're just here to experience once again, to I was gonna say conquer, but we're on a mission. We're on a mission that God assigned us to. And while we're on that mission, we're not liked by the majority of the world. We are not liked based on our light, you know, our spirit, and we are not liked. We marked, and you can sense that in people. Our spirit irritates their demon or demons in them. And we don't come here to compete. If anything, we've come here to awaken our fellow brothers and sisters to operate out of peace, love, unity, speaking our minds, being bold, being rebellious to the systems that have been constructed in order to control us, to indoctrinate us, to keep us dumbed down, to just keep us in a form of control. And I was just in a situation, and I don't want to say situation, in a setting, in a scenario to where it was Judah and Ephraim, and how can I say this without being... It's like I've been here before, you know, and I have. I know my purpose. I know who I am. I know how God made me. I'm not perfect, but I've experienced and underwent through situations throughout my timeline to where I've learned through a mistake I've done, but I've also seen how me being a man, a divine masculine, how another man could feel inferior of my presence amongst a woman he's talking to. Or if I'm with my woman at the time, like who I choose, you know, whoever I'm in a relationship, like, and me being me, meaning we go by, you know, men go by their physical eyes, you know, and women, you know, and it's like, I'm like, I know who I am. And you see what you see. You see how I come, like, and I just shake my head because it's like, man, if you only knew, that's not even my cup of tea. I know what I like. I know where the power and the source lies. That's my cup of tea. That's my preference. I'm no threat. You feel I'm a threat, but I don't even want that. So really, like, it's natural. You on guard or you on defense But I'm letting you know this is no competition. Even if that was my cup of tea. And it's not based on what I wear, what I got, what I'm outside driving, what I got in my bank account, what I got in my pocket. It's my energy. It's my aura. It's my glow. It's my light. It's my birthright. And I will say I have been in a man's shoes like that before, to where they're on defense, because based on my last relationship, I'll just put it in layman's terms. I didn't really know who I was with at the time. Like, I ignored so many red flags to where I didn't expect or anticipate or know that the person I was with was wearing a mask the whole time. You know, they did a good job. We'll just say that. They did a good job. And also I ignored my gut, my intuition, based out of the emotion of love or a trauma bond, or I wouldn't say codependency, but yeah. But overall, what it taught me, not just that relationship, but my other one, is I am who I am. I'm irreplaceable. I'm one of a kind. I'm not even going to say what I normally say. I said it, and that's just what it is. To the point where now there's somebody out there for everybody, or vice versa. And I'm learning that once you heal and you don't chase, and you just know who you are, and you know that you know who you are, you know how we made you, to where you can attract what your heart desires, what you're supposed to have in your life. Whether material things or people around you, like, you know how you come, you know how you operate. Your energy is good, it's pure, it's solid, it's powerful, it's addicting, it's like, you just know, to the point where you have to be humble with it and acknowledge it, and just go with the flow, and just, like, because I could get super egotistic and just, yeah, I want that, I could get that, I could get that. Like, we all, like, don't get me wrong, I be having, that crosses my mind, but I'm talking more as in, like, a companion, you know? Like, somebody that's like, they say opposites attract, but that's what they say. Like, fuck what they say. Like, everything, like, I don't want to get there. Once you could, like, see yourself in another person, to where you feel comfortable, like, man, that person's just like, it's kind of like me, you know? And I know how I come, and I'm not an easy person to deal with or live with. Like, I know how I come. Yeah. But I'm just mine. Like, I'll say this. I just saw, I don't know what made me, well, yeah, I was watching. I'm talking jealousy now, really. Like, I've been listening to Dolph, and then it's just bringing, like, it brought up the day of. Like, I'm like, why am I watching this? And this is like, the footage seems janky, and but one thing led to another, to where like more I appreciate more the shorts of where I see the mother of his kid talk about him as a person. Like, we just knew the entertainer. We didn't know him at home with the mother of his child and his children, like. But then it just led me to Albert Johnson, which is Prodigy of Mobb Deep, who really spoke about what's going on, like what controls, like who controls and what controls, and how we, like the culture, the community, how the world is just being governed, and how we're being led astray, and how all this wickedness and these rituals are going on behind closed doors with higher ups, with people of higher stature, higher power, who have the money and the control of what we listen to, what we eat, like the entertainment industry. And I overheard him, like, I never seen this interview, but he was talking about, I don't even want to say the artist's name, but somebody who I've listened to for a while, grew up on their music. But he was talking about, and he wasn't saying it in a way where, like, he's like pointing the finger at dude, oh, this is the type of he is. Like, he just broke it down in scenarios, like, to where I'm like, wow. Like, to me, he was a child of the Most High. He was ahead of his time. He once he broke, once he saw what it is for what it was, and didn't want to lead his people astray, and wanted to inform them with what's going on. He just basically spoke like, man, this person was jealous of me. And it wasn't just one person, it was two people, to where, like, hold that thought.